In this video, I am going to show you how you can connect a couple of top plates on a rake wall. And before I do that, I want to show you how you would connect them on a standard height wall. For example, 92 1/4 studs on both walls. We can simply reduce the length of this top plate so that this top plate can go over, and we can put a few nails in it. A lot of times we put 2 nails in it. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this might not provide us with the best connection either. Just a couple of nails. And I believe 16D nails are rated at 300 pounds. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And that is it for this connection here. So not too difficult. And for a gable stud wall, we're going to be looking at something like this. Gable studs connecting to a rafter and to a top plate. And in my opinion, this doesn't seem like that bad of a method here. You're getting a tie all the way around the perimeter of the building. And to eliminate any hinge points, we are going to put some horizontal blocks between our ceiling joist. But if we don't like that, and we are going to use a rake wall. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and build the entire rake wall because we are going to be focusing on this connection right here. And I have seen a few different suggestions where people are just simply using structural screws to connect these boards together. But I haven't seen anybody run a structural screw through these to connect the top plates. However, I have seen a strap like this installed. And even though I have the middle of the strap right here, you're going to want to have the middle of the strap over the break area where the two sections need to be joined together. But not too difficult. We're just simply going to run an angle strap around here, put a block here, and get some nice nailing in there. And this is the way I have been doing it for years. And I have to admit, I have never seen a structural engineer provide a detail for this. And in our next example, we are going to provide you with another method used by home builders. And that would be to run this wall past and have the rake wall stop here. And we're still using our block and our strap method here. And another method would be to stop the framing plates here for the lower wall and then have the rake wall extend past. And I went ahead and installed 2 straps here, just another suggestion, and a larger block. And of course, you could use this method on a couple of the ones I've already shown you. And let's not forget that you could run a strap all the way around the perimeter. Or that'd be a continuous strap and maybe run it here about 3 feet in, 4 feet, or even a longer strap, something that would require 2 or 3 blocks instead of 1 block. And what I like the most about this right here is the fact that I'm going to be able to get a nice connection with the roof sheathing. I'm going to be able to nail the roof sheathing to the rafters and to the top of the wall framing plates. And this is going to provide me with a nice connection and no hinge point here. For example, if I would have used the 92 1/4 studs and then the gable studs on top of the wall framing plate. And the last suggestion will be to have a strap. You're going to run it along parallel with the upper rake wall framing plate, and then you're just simply going to bend it at a 90-degree angle. And of course, that would slope it down. And then you could nail it to the block or use a longer strap and connect it to the framing plates here. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by hitting the thumbs up button or letting us know in the comment area.